Yo, what up? This is Blazed. Alright, so Warlock is getting a grip of new abilities coming in Cataclysm. First up, we got Dark Intent. This is basically your focus magic from mages and Wrath. A different effect though, but you give it to one other person and you're both linked. And it gives you both bonuses. Basically gives you both 3% haste right off the bat. And then whenever one of the targets gets a critical periodic effect, either from damage or healing, the other gains increased damage or healing. You gain 3%, stacking up to 3 times, and the target gains 1%, stacking up to 3 times. So 9% and 3% max. And this lasts for a while, 30 minutes. You don't got to worry about that. You just put it up, make sure it's up before a fight. But you want to give this to classes that benefit from haste really well, or have haste breakpoints, or just whoever's doing the most damage. But with periodic effects, so Resto Druids, Shadow Priest, Affliction Warlocks. I mean, you can work with a lot of classes. It doesn't have to be those. Anything with periodic effects, it's pretty good. I mean, it could even work on like Holy Paladin, Holy Radiance and stuff. So in your raid, you'll give it to certain specs. If you're in a small group, though, you might not have many people to give this to. So you could even give this to like a DK with diseases, or you give it to just the healer. Basically, whoever you want to give this to, you can give it to. But you want somebody that's going to be critting with periodic effects, because it'll give you a bonus from that. So whatever class is critting with periodic effects, you're going to want to give it to buff yourself the most. Alright, next up we got Demon Soul. Demon Soul's crazy. Basically your burst cooldown. For AF, you're going to have a Fell Hunter out, so it's going to increase your periodic damage by 20%. Really insane. For Demo, you're going to get Spell Haste and Fire and Shadow damage. And then for Destro, you're going to have an Imp, so you're going to get Crit Strike chance and cast time reduction. Critical, it's going to buff your crit strike chance of your cast time spells. So your instant cast spells are not going to get buffed by this. But huge crit on your Chaos Bolt, on your Incinerates, etc. Big crit. Demon Soul, insane burst cooldown for Warlocks. Alright, next up we got Soul Harvest. Kind of a niche ability, but kind of cool. Basically, you can only use this when you're out of combat. But it gives you a bunch of health and 3 soul shards over 8 seconds. It does take a while to get all 3 soul shards if that's what you're trying to do. But the best use for this, basically, yeah, if you need soul shards out of combat, you press this. Or you just got done doing trash, you pop this before the boss to have 3 soul shards going into the boss. Another good use is you're tapping a lot. Your healer's having to heal you all this time. You're tapping a lot. Let's say the tank stops to pick up some loot or whatever, and you're waiting for him. You just pop this, heal some of your life tap healing, or some of your life tap health loss back up. You can even just pop it for like a tick or two, and at least you're helping your healer out a lot. So, and it's 30-second cooldown. You'll get it back before you'll need it again. So, pretty new cool ability to help out healers healing all the life tap or just getting your shards back. Really good. All right, next up, this one's not new, but they made Doomgar now instant cast, and you could just summon it. It doesn't remove your pet. So, really insane. Really cool that you could just pop this whenever now, and you keep your other pet. So you can have 2 pets out. Does share with Infernal. So on AoE, you'll want to Infernal because the Infernal does huge damage when it falls down from the sky and it stuns, non-DR stun. But Doomguard's really good for single target damage. So you'll want to use that on single target bosses probably. And you'll want to make sure you have either Bane of Doom or Bane of Agony up, or you just AFKs, like you can see here. But as soon as I put up Doom, he's going to start hitting that target. So make sure you have Doom or Agony up, or he's just going to AFK. Alright, next up, this one's not new, but all 3 specs are getting it now, so I'm going to consider it Soul Link. So Destro and AF are getting this baseline, and then Demo already had it in Wrath, so Not new for demo, but all 3 specs can run this all the time. Insane. You just have Soul Link always, as every spec. Give you, huge damage reduction. It goes to your pet. Your pet could die just from you taking attacks, especially if healers aren't healing it, so you gotta watch out for that. But you can insta-cast res your pet now with Soul Burn, so, which I'll go to next. We got Soul Burn. Really good new ability. As AF, you can use actually Soul Burn Seed of Corruption, and it'll make your Corruption go on every target it hits. So that's really good for AoE for AF. You get Corruption on every single target. And then for like Destro and Demo, you can use Insta-Cast Soulfire. So it just makes your Soulfire instant. Really good. And obviously you can use it on the move then. You can use it for Searing Pain, to make Searing Pain do more damage and stuff, more threat, but very niche. I don't know if you really need that, but it has so many uses. Like, use it on Drain Life. It increases the cast time of Drain Life, makes it go really fast, 50% reduction on that. You can use it on summoning a pet, makes it instant. Use it on Hellstone. Doesn't increase the Hellstone, but increases your max health by 20% for 8 seconds. So if you think you're going to get one shot, or you just need more defensive utility, you can use it on Hellstone. I think that'll be better than, Drain Life. Drain Life doesn't seem to do much healing, even for AF where it gets increased, but you can even use this on Port as well. If you use it on Port, you get a big move speed increase afterwards. So going to be go-to for PvP probably, at least one of the uses. Can be good in raid obviously too if you need some move speed. Soul Burn is just nuts. Insane ability. So many uses. But for damage, you're going to want to use it on Soulfire in raids. But got a lot of other uses too if you need to. Alright, next up we got Fell Flame. I love Fell Flame here. Basically an instant cast. Increases the duration of your Immolate and UA. And just instant cast damage you can use to kill off things. Like in arenas, you can kill totems with it. You just need to move. You could just press this, You don't need to cast an Immolate or UA anytime soon if you use this on it. So, it's pretty nuts. Will save you if you're having to move for a mechanic. You just pop this and you won't have to re-Immolate, re-UA. Got a lot of uses. Like I said, you can just kill totems with it in PvP. Really good ability. Or at the end of the fight, mob's about to die, you don't have Shadow Burn for Destro, and you just need some single target damage from range. You can use it. Does have a travel time though, but. Alright, next up we got Soul Swap. Really good ability. Or this is an AF only ability. New ability for AF. Lets you basically copy your dots from one target to another. So you get up your UA, Agony, Corruption. And then you can swap them. It doesn't swap your Haunt. That doesn't count. But you get up your UA, Agony, Corruption, and then you can swap it to a new target. Now in the tooltip it says you basically just steal it off the target, but there's a glyph that makes it so that doesn't happen. Soul Swap Glyph. Basically it leaves your dots on the target. But it also makes your Soul Swap a 30-second cooldown. But that's okay, you just use it every 30 seconds. And you get to copy your dots once. In PvP, it's really, really good. Because then you can just pull your dots off, throw it on the healer who's like LOSing on the pillar and stuff. You'll never get full dots on them without this. Unless they're playing wrong. So, this is insane. Even in PvE, it'll be good. An ad's about to come out in a fight. You swap all your dots off the boss onto the ad insta. And start pumping. Really good. Alright, next up we got Hand of Gul'dan for Demo. Now this is pretty cool ability. Basically an AoE damage. Erupts in an area. Only 4 yards though, but still really good. And targets that get hit by it take 10% increased crit from all of your Warlock demons. So if you can get this off and you get a Fellstorm on your pet and trash, that Fellstorm is going to be cranking. Plus the Hand of Gul'dan does some pretty good damage as well. Only a 12-second cooldown. So if you can get this off early, and get your pet fell storming, your fell guard, you could pump out damage with this. It's really good. Next up, we got Bane of Havoc for Destro. Iconic ability. But this has no duration, no cooldown. Or I mean, no cooldown and long duration. So you could basically throw this up on anybody, and it just copies 15% of your damage. So even if you get this off in trash, it even works off AoE damage. So you could even, if you can get this off early and then like Rain of Fire, all that Rain of Fire damage is going to get duplicated to this target. Or if you get a bunch of immolates off or whatever you're doing. If there's 2 targets, obviously it's really good if you can get this off. Or if ads are coming out on a fight, you throw this on the boss. You kill all the ads and 15% of all that damage is going to go to the boss. Nuts ability here. It doesn't duplicate your ability. So like let's say you have this up and then you immolate a target. It doesn't throw a weakened immolate on the, or even a immolate at all on the Bane of Havoc target. So stuff like that doesn't work. You can't like double death coil or anything like that. But copies all your damage really good. And that's it for the lock abilities in Cataclysm. This is Blazed. Like, comment, and subscribe if you liked the video. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense.